The movie opens in a very futuristic classroom. Utena Tenju is a freshman at Otori Academy. Wakaba Shinohara, another student at Otori Academy, greets Utena and asks if she wants to take a tour of the campus. Utena agrees and Shinohara shows her around. The broadcast club makes an interesting broadcast as they talk about the weather. As Shinohara shows around, they come across the fencing club, which is popular among the girls. She also introduces the prince, also called Juri, the captain of the fencing club, as she watches a student fencing match between Juri Arasugawa Aka, the Price, and Miki Kaoru. She notices a familiar face she didn't know was supposed to be in the same high school as her ex-boyfriend Tuga Kiryu. She chases him to a rose garden and conveys her surprise that he is in the same high school as her. Tuga presents a rose when Utena finds a signet ring with a rose engraving on Tuga's finger, meaning he is engaged to someone. Tuga informs her that the ring is the reason why he is there. After the rain stops, Utena notices a white flower in the rose garden. As she gets close to the rose, it gives her a signet ring with a rose carving that matches the one Tuga was wearing. She notices rose petals falling from a structure above and takes a look. Turns out it is another vast rose garden filled with red roses. She also meets Anthe Himamiya, the sister of the school's absent chairman Akio Otori. Anthe claims it's her garden, and being the chairman's sister, she gets special treatment. Anthe asks what brings Utena to the roof when Utena shows her the ring, but Anthe tries to take the ring from Utena. When Kyuchi Sayonji, a fellow student who calls Anthe the Rose Bride, Utena realizes the rings means being a duelist to win the Rose Bride. Sayonji, who is also wearing a rose ring, sees Utena's ring and challenges her to a duel. Utena doesn't have a sword, so the duel wasn't supposed to happen. However, seeing Sayonji mistreating Anthe, Utena accepts the challenge and fights with a broom. A broom isn't strong enough to win against Seinoji's sword skills. As Seinoji is about to end the duel by hitting Utena, Anthe pushes her away. Anthe kisses Athena, which releases a sword from Anthe's chest, leading Utena to triumph. Anthe visits Utena that evening and makes an effort to start an intimate relationship with her, but is rejected. Utena asks Anthe what people gain by winning her. Anthe answers Utena's questions about the duel and the rings by saying that the rings identify their wearers as duelists. She is engaged to the winner of the duels, and whoever has the Rose Bride has the power to revolutionize the world. Shiori Takatsuki, a childhood friend of Juri's, reveals to Tuga that her prince perished trying to save a girl he liked. Turns out Shiori's prince liked Juri, and when she fell off the boat, the prince sacrificed his life to save hers. Shiori tells that she will never forgive her and will forever make her pretend as her prince. During cleaning time, Tuga and Utena have a conversation about the ring. Utena asks Tuga why he wants to win Anthe when she has a very weird character and sleeps with whoever wins the duel. Tuga laughs at the comment, reminding Utena that Anthe is the Rose Bride and spending the night with her, the one she is engaged to, is not weird at all. Anthe comes to talk to Tuga and Utena when suddenly the water splashes, wetting Utena and Anthe. Utena has been indifferent to her, but seeing Tuga's caring side with Anthe made Utena jealous. Tuga receives a call from Akio, who says that Anthe is a witch who imprisoned the Rose Prince. The people were furious, and the people swarmed the palace, demanding for Anthe to give back the prince. Akio tells Tuga that Anthe is really a witch and transformed the Lord of the Flies into the Rose Prince, but when her magic vanished, the prince returned to his true form. The duels are being held in an effort to reactivate Anthe's magic. Tuga is sure the end will be in his favor. As Shiori and Tuga spend the night together, Tuga reminisces about how he was sold off to his current father. The man harassed Tuga in every way possible, especially physically. When Shiori finds Tuga is not planning to kill Juri, Shiori tricks Juri into fighting Utena. She lies that Utena dresses up as a boy. This makes Juri feel Utena doesn't have the right to win the Rose Bride. Meanwhile, Utena finds Anthe watering the roses and confronts her if she has slept with Tuga. When Utena breaks into tears and shares that Tuga and she had promised to gaze at the stars, Anthe makes Utena's dream come true. Anthe cuts the power and floods the roof. The reflection of the water brings the stars to the ground, impressing Utena. They dance happily amongst the roses and stars. The next day, Utena and Anthe climb into the highest space and start drawing each other. As Utena draws Anthe, she apologizes for being harsh with Anthe. Anthy. When Anthy says that Utena is her prince and can do anything she wants, Utena takes off her duel ring and says she won't be dueling anymore. Instead, Utena offers to become Anthy's friend. This saddens Anthy, who believes Utena doesn't like her no matter what. After Utena drew Anthy, Anthy requests Utena to take her clothes off as she wants to draw her in the natural form. Utena feels it's unfair to be the only one undressed, so Anthy takes off her clothes too and joins Utena. Anthy discloses the reason why everyone wants the Rose Bride and shows Utena a few paintings on the wall. When Utena looks at Anthy's body, she realizes Anthy is missing her heart. She discloses that anyone who wins her will go to the Eternal Castle where every and any wish will come true. Meanwhile, the school's broadcasting club finds a video about Akio, who was then engaged to the previous headmaster's daughter. The video shows Anthy being drugged and sexually assaulted by Akio in the past. Utena and Juri's duel begins. Utena is getting tired from fighting, but refuses to give up. She is fighting desperately as she also has a wish she wants to make true. Juri is impressed by Utena's skills and while fighting invites her to be one of her club members. Utena is almost defeated when she appears to change into Anthy's prince, and with one special hit makes Juri lose the duel. Shortly after, the corpse of Akio is discovered buried in Anthy's garden, shocking the school with the news that he has been dead for some time. The fiancé of Akio cries of the discovery when Shiori offers the second tape to disclose the killer of Akio. At this moment, Utena looks for Anthy because Anthy seems to have vanished. In the second video, Akio finds Anthy wasn't asleep despite being drugged and was awake through the entire process. When Akio panics, Anthy says that Akio is her prince so he can do whatever he wants with her. She was conscious during the rape, which causes Akio to become alarmed and stab her before fatally falling out of the window. When Utena looks for Anthy, she finds a weird room. There she finds Tuga, who asks if Utena is also hungry for power. Tuga says the entire truth behind this game of duels is to find the prince for the Rose Bride, who brought the Eternal Castle. However, Utena finally recalls the truth that Tuga is the prince who was engaged to Shiori and the one who perished while saving Jura from drowning. She remembers the day they separated. A boy was found dead in her school to save another person. Utena thought he just vanished because he doesn't love her, but in reality, he was no longer alive. Tuga's apparition tries to keep Utena from leaving. He is here, and they can finally be together. However, Utena now understands that there was never a prince, and the game was to fill the void in the system. Utena thanks Tuga for being her prince, and then he disappears after gently kissing her forehead. After locating Anthy, Utena gives back the sword and advises her to travel to the outside world. Suddenly, Utena is engulfed by a car wash, and despite her holding on and insisting Anthy to go along, Anthy doesn't go. Utena gets transformed into a vehicle while Anthy is left with the signet ring. After some time, Utena, as a new car, arrives in front of Anthy. Another video shows Akio trying to search for a car key, saying if he can't find the key, the car will rust. Anthy also sees Utena, now in the car form, rusting away. When Anthy checks her hand, the ring transforms into a car key. Anthy gets in the car and tells Utena to drive away to the outside world. Suddenly, Anthy is racing with Utena against Shiori, who has also transformed into a car. Shiori tries to crush Utena by hitting her several times, but gets smashed in the process. A fleet of tanks try to stop Anthy from stepping to the outside world. As she drives away from the academy into the tunnel, the fleet of tanks chases Utena and Anthy, almost crashing them. The tanks fall on top of Anthy, who barely manages to escape, causing tremendous damage to the car. As she is about to be killed, she is helped in her escape by Juri, Miki, Soenji, and Wakaba. They have been inspired by Utena and Anthy to also go to the outside world, and tell her they will also follow her to the outside world if she succeeds. As Anthy drives, she sees a huge carrying castle car with massive tires driving next to them. No one has ever been outside, so this excites the broadcast club who are broadcasting the event live. Anthy realizes the gate to the outside world is through the wheels of the giant castle carrying vehicle. Anthy manages to get near the exit by shuffling through the wheels. She is again followed by other tanks and barely crosses the wheels and through the sprocket. An apparition of Akio tries to stop Anthy and asks her to go back with him. He tells Anthy that in the academy, she is living like a corpse, but she is safe. Outside, she will be vulnerable and alone. Anthy thanks Akio for being her prince, but moves past the barriers, finally bursting into roses. As they drive through the outside world, they only see ruins, but are hopeful to build a better future. They kiss as they keep getting further away from the castle. If you enjoyed this recap, check out the other videos as well and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing recaps and turn on the bell notification for future uploads. Thanks for watching.